What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, let me know if you guys can hear me well in the comments. If you can't, let me know. I am literally in my hotel room. I'm going to do this for like 15 minutes. Just going to kind of knock this out as hard and as fast as I can, because I think once you understand what's going on, you're going to be like, holy crap, right? There is massive amount of, I would say, decentralization of our economy, what's going on around us. Relationships, you name it, we've all been experiencing this massive disruption that's going on everywhere. And you guys, let me know if I'm clear, and let me know if you can hear me. I'm using this headset. I literally don't even have all my equipment. I'm just trying to throw something together real quick. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. That'd be super helpful. Now, I'm going to go pretty fast because I have myself on a timer for 20 minutes. And also, I got to get back to the conference because it's about time for VIP lunch. Okay. Let me take a deep breath. Let me go share my screen because this is the more important part. I put on there, welcome to the, the 2500 Winter Games, part of the joke and part of the joke and part of, I need you guys to understand what's happening, okay? So I've been bringing on various guests on Tech Tuesday and kind of going, pushing for you guys to get in the tech. Everybody's not going to get in the tech, and that's fine. We understand that. Here's what I need you to understand. Can you see the screen clearly? Let me know if you can see the screen clearly. I'm going to read through these, and I just threw this together and just while sitting at this event. Now, the next 5 to 10 years in America are going to be very decentralized, and this conference is a real estate conference that I'm at, but it's the people who are on the tip of the spear of real estate, right? And then we had Dr. Alex, a NASA doctor, scientist, right, come in, who literally created Suits, a dating app, right, to solve his own problem, but also solve problems, right? Then he's gone on to partner with Tai Lopez to buy thousands of farmland, thousands of companies, and people are still making fun of Tai Lopez for, the internet, right? And you're like, oh my God, people are missing a guy that has the charisma of partnered with a guy who's a scientist, and they're gonna become billionaires. So anyway, okay, that part, okay, so. Take it a grain of salt. What I'm telling you, what I'm trying to break down to you. When this replay for this whole conference becomes available, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to go buy it. And if you don't do it, go watch that one part. Please watch that one part. That guy had the excitement of someone who's on the tip of the spear, and the conversation was deep, okay, right? And so people in the room were like, whoa, like mind kind of blown moment, right? Because the conversation was next level. Now, I'm going to paraphrase this. The other day, I spent majority of the day at the SEMA, the early part of the day, and the SEMA is, truck cars, these simulations, these modifications to these old classic American cars. The average person would just assume, Mr. Organic was there, and somebody said, well, are you an athlete? And he's like, no, I got rich off my mind, and he was upset. But most of the cars there, people had spent $30,000 to $100,000 in modifications. So the average American does not have $30,000 to $100,000 to spend on modifications to vehicles. Okay, they don't have it, but they're willing to come at their cigar show, enjoy the views, look around. It was like getting a view of men in society, one, and two, also just the average everyday American, like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? Very basic stuff, okay? But when you actually start talking to the owners of the cars, 90% of them were business owners. One guy I bumped into owns a construction company in Houston, owns a semi-truck company in Houston. He's a white man. He lives full-time in Phoenix, Arizona. And then they have a second house in Colorado. The kids are homeschooled full-time, okay? And he's ranting and raving about the math thing. And they're saying, the people there were from Alaska. So think about the math and the logistics of getting vehicles from Alaska to there. It means you have some money, okay? And the other business owners were like, blah, 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 I want you to stay in Texas. Oh, yeah, we run our business out of Texas, but we don't even care to stay in Texas because my wife's family's in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay? I don't know if you understand what I just said there, but you're talking about business owners who have big, heavy, weighty, full-time companies in other states, and they're living in a whole nother 2 other states. And they're at a car show displaying a $100,000 car, by the time you get all the modifications, car, and the average person's like, man, I'm gonna get me a car like that. No, you're not. That's play money for him. It was nothing but play money to transfer these vehicles from where these people live to there. Okay. And then, of course, all the ancillary services around there. You know, the guys would joke, oh, I'm just your average guy working on cars. No, dude, you have a $10 million business that does custom work on cars. You're not an average guy. But that is what we're got in America, this I'm an average guy, you know, just an average guy looking for a good wife, you know, lots of wife jokes because there's you know, a lot of men around. And as I'm sitting there talking with these guys, I'm laughing. And he's like, oh, what do you want customized, baby? What are you looking for? And I'm like, well, you know, I want a particular type of vehicle. I'm thinking of getting a Porsche. I'm thinking of getting this. And it was just amazing. The conversations of people who, once you start talking, you both realize you're business owners and you live different in America. Lots of mass conversations. Lots of them. Okay. I was like, yeah, I know what's going on here. We both recognize ourselves and where we're at in this economy and how we're different. And we know we're different in our conversation. Is the reception bad? Let me know if the video is working. Did I lose any of y'all? It's 100 people in here. Hit the like button. Okay. Let me know if you guys are hearing me. Let me know if the internet is working. I'm in the hotel. You know it's not the greatest. You know it's a fight going on here this weekend. It's MGM Graham. It's everything's going on right now. I've only got under 20 minutes for this video, so I've got to tighten in. But let me know. I need to know in the comments if the video is clear, if you can see me, if you can hear me. Okay. 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 So sounds good. The audio, I'm either getting audio from here. I should be getting it from this headset. Or here, but if not, what I'll do is I'll just pre-record something off. Video's grainy. I have no idea. It might be just a hotel internet. Okay, that totally sucks. Can you see it like this? Okay. Anyway, all right. I gotta keep going. I have a little bit of time, and I just want to come in and really unload this while it's fresh on my mind. Okay. Okay. Let me finish. Okay, so you're interacting, you're talking to business owners. Now I'm at this event, high-level business owners. We're inside of a hotel where there's PBR, National Professional Bull Riding, finals are here, right? Which is already a money sport, right? To really professionally bull ride, the bull riders sometimes get broke, but the overall sport, full of money. So you have a hotel full of people with cowboy boots and money, and then a hotel full of people with cowboy boots and no money, keyword, okay, no money. Then you have this conference going on. Then you have the Pest Fest conference going on. Now, don't get me twisted. Pest Fest, P-E-S-T, is the pest control conference. There's thousands of people who are millionaires from pest control in this same hotel. Now, on top of that, add to the hotel the dichotomy of people who are coming here for a boxing event. The rooms at this hotel this weekend have been $700, no less, per night. There's been no specials, no discounts, $700 per night. When I got to the front desk, they had mobile check-in where you literally got a text to your phone, scan it, made your own card for your own key, and got to go up to your room. Think about that. We're already adopting this. This is mental labor. This is MGM Graham. Literally. You're making your own key card. They are automating themselves out of their own job. Okay? Now, okay, I hope y'all got that. I'm just going to keep going. Look at this thing I made on the screen. Tip of the spear. We're going to start at the bottom, okay? I'm just going to try to give this to you guys. How many more minutes do I have? Oh, gosh. I'm hoping I'm getting the good concepts to you. I have 12 minutes. Okay, very good. All right. So bottom percent. Go all the way to the bottom. Yes, the numbers are messed up. I just threw this together. Bottom of the thing, 8, homeless, left behind. It's 1%. Now you're gonna say 1%, Ericka. That's not really high. That's literally 3 million Americans homeless in America. Now those are not our exact numbers. I'm not gonna. This is not a data-driven video. Just this second, I'm gonna go back and kind of refine some of this, but I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. That number will increase, okay, or it will be literally 3 million. You also have to understand our United States military is less than 1% of society right now. Active duty, not just I served 4 years ago and no. Active duty is less than 3 million. Okay, just for comparison. 10%. Number 7. Struggle in every generation, right? We've been in towns, we've been in families, we've seen people who every generation is struggling. They work in low income jobs. I'm doing the best I can with these kids, and their life and their future children's life is nothing but generational struggle. I read a video and it said, if your parents are poor, you'll be poor. And people hate me for that video. That video went viral on this channel. I think it has 120,000 views. 76% of the data doesn't lie. If your parents are extremely poor, you'll be poor. The lady on the stage last night, Keelani, women in real estate, she's in Ohio. Her mother is Samoan, her dad is black. They were from nothing. She is only one of 40 black brokers, what do you call real estate brokers? Sorry, I'm messing it up already. Brokers in the whole United States. In the whole United States, and she's half black. She's like biracial is my identity. The fact that my parents came from extreme poverty every day makes me remind me, oh, I could lose all this. Okay, so again, there are unicorn stories, but it's usually the parents have worked extremely hard to even get past the unicorn story, to even be able to have that child have the unicorn story, right? She had a full-time scholarship in college and still dropped out. There's more to that, but we'll have more conversation. So this poverty struggle every generation, all of a sudden, the grandma that's 35, the daughter's 16 and got a grandbaby 1 year old. This is, we've seen this in white, we've seen it now in Asian, we've seen it now in Native Americans, huge numbers. We've already seen this, okay? So imagine that's just a 10%. That's 33 million people repeating that type of number. Now let's go up a little bit. Let's go to people who are technically a combination of poverty and homeless, right? But not always, okay? Van life, simple nomad, semi-homeless, awake on a different level, right? And that's number 6 on this paper, if you can see it. They don't understand I'm trying to be careful here. They are awake enough to go, man, mortgages are BS, college is BS, getting in crazy levels of debt is BS. I'm gonna live in this van, I'm gonna travel all the whole United States or travel other countries as cheaply as possible for 3 to 5 years, because that's what most people do. They think they're gonna do it forever, but usually it's 3 to 5 years, until my situation improves. So this is where you get the birth of that 10%, another 33 million that are poverty, but they're different. They're van life, they're semi-nomad, they'll go live overseas, or I call them transitory, where you have people that will work on some of these farms, they'll work at Yellowstone, they'll work at the national parks for the summer, they'll have a combination of different type of jobs. And if you really pull back, you go, well, dude, you ain't got no house. And they always sell it to you like, well, I'm an independent bird, I'm just living my own life, I'm traveling, I'm doing different things, okay? Right? Okay, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, so again, that exactly what percent is huge. I want to understand, okay? I'm gonna keep going. I only have a little bit more time, you guys. Okay, and so they are understanding their life from this position. Okay, this is their position. Okay, and they'll sell it to you as this is living the dream. Now, yes, YouTube has provided a lot of good income for these people, and you notice as soon as they get a basic steady 3 to 5 grand a month, they out of that van. I'm gonna tell you, as a person who really actually travels this whole United States in a car, I drive around. I don't just stay at the hotel. I go drive around. Even here in Las Vegas, as we flew in, I was talking to my Uber driver. And I said, man, this area looks rough. He's like, oh, by the airport is always rough. He said, this city will eat you up. This city always has a bunch of women and extra men and people play and cut up here. And once I had the conversation with him, I understand what was going on with him. He's got this nice car. He's got a nice house somewhere. He's an older black man. He knows what this city will do. He's been here 39 years. Trust me, people have seen nomad life forever. It's not new. It's not new. It's just new the way we're seeing it. And for me, when I was going through Upper New York, I saw so many van life people. Even when I was at the event VidCon, the girl who's getting paid big crazy money, help one of the people who works for the VidCon. She and her sister live in a van. Her sister has special needs, and they have 3 dogs, and they live in a very nice upper expensive RV. And they've chosen to be that way for the past 3 years. Just the truth of it, probably neither her or her sister will ever get married, and they will live this kind of nomadic life till they find a smaller town to reside in, because that was kind of her ultimate goal, is to find a smaller town to reside in. So just take that as a grain of salt. I have to keep going. I know people are like, Ericka, you're rushing. I am, because I have to. Okay. Number 5, asleep at the wheel, simplistic living. Okay, I'm going to call this 40% of America. And these are, again, rough cuts. I know if somebody BGS ignore, or somebody comes behind me and like, well, the math, listen, I will give you a better in-depth math one in another video, but right now I'm just giving you what I can give you. Okay, 40%, 132 million. They will be this middle class. And this is the people that are kind of like, hey, let's just tighten our belts. Let's just listen to Dave Ramsey. Let's just cut a little bit of here, cut a bit there. Well, just get the shot so you can go to school. Just do whatever you can do to just make things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. They eat a ton of spaghetti and a hamburger helper, and they don't, and the conversation doesn't go too far. But they're also the people complaining a little bit, not too much, just enough about, man, stuff is expensive, gas, inflation. Man, it's hard to get a house. Man, these young men ain't marrying these girls anymore. There is a middle here. That's asleep at the wheel. Baby, they're asleep at the wheel. People I see down here in this hotel. Man, I couldn't get a hotel here with $700. I'm way down the street this other hotel, but I'm going to that boxing fight. I got my ticket. Asleep at the wheel. Half the people you see downstairs drinking, smoking, escapism, asleep at the wheel. Half the people I saw at the cinema could not fathom that these people were business owners who owned these vehicles, not athletes, not sports entertainers. Yes, there were Instagrammers there, and there was even several YouTubers there with amazing cars. And people could not fathom. They could not fathom that these were business owners, because we keep making business owners this a magical thing, and it's not. And I'm gonna go there, right? Other cultures, only even Hispanic culture, most people's father had a business. I just want you to understand, they're asleep at the wheel. And when I talk about what I talk about on the channel, the reason I'm talking about it is like literally a freaking NASA scientist, former, created a dating app because he's a deconstructionist, where he's like, well, the problem is people can't meet enough, and they can't answer enough questions, and then they just meet, and then they date, and they marry. Because that's what most big brain people do. They're deconstructing why something isn't working. And this is why when I'm on this channel and I'm telling you, because I'm sitting in event after event after event with people who are high IQ, and even they have married single moms, and some of them have picked up women and started having kids. I'm telling you, like 70% of our society is on basic cornhusker IQ, right? And when you see the pattern, what the pattern will be for this 40% and below, right? This van life folks, these poverty folks, these homeless folks, careful on the homeless, but these levels below, they will return, because the top groups are already doing it. But I'm going to tell you now, these groups are going to return because of necessity of income. And what is about to happen, they will return to marriage and simplistic living in smaller homes and smaller hometowns. I know you guys don't want to hear this, because I'm telling you something that's 5 to 10 years ahead of you. And I'm telling you this in the middle of a gender war that's BS, that we literally have a pack of people. If you look at Aaron Clary's channel, several other men's channels like that, a lot of the men who are 40 to 50, who work, they don't have any bills, they paid their house off. They're like, what's going on, right? They're like, I'm coming to the dating market to pick up a younger chick who will come live with me, and we'll live this minimalistic life, and we'll have kids. He's on a track that's already outdated. This was 1985, no problem. 1995, no problem. 2005, shit, the recession, 2008, no problem, right? There's tracks that are being built in this society that man, if this was 10 years ago, it would not be a problem, but it will be a problem for him. He will not even be able to identify or connect with someone who is 25 and he's 52 or 55, because what she will want in this society that is coming it won't make sense to him. Now, maybe a 29 to 35-year-old teacher, spinster-like chick who wants a kid, wants to be that one kid, she will get on that program. I'm telling you this because I'm sitting in meeting after meeting. I'm literally at this event yesterday, SEMA event, and there are older business owner men, and they had younger wives beside them to the right. And I was talking to this woman, and I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't want to know her age. And I was like, oh man, look at you, girl. You got you an older, rich husband. She said, oh, no. I'm 37. Body was amazing. She said, oh no, I met him when I was 32. Oh no, nothing like that. And he laughed. I looked over him and I was thinking, I hate to say this, he's white, so I couldn't tell how old he was, because sometimes white people look older. And she's like, oh honey, he's only 55. I met him at this blah, blah, blah. And I was like, makes sense. Makes sense, right? I saw that on repeat. Anytime I saw a guy who was way older with a younger girl, boy, he had her damn on lockdown. He had her arm on lockdown. Like, bitch, where you going? Come back over here. Okay, so listen, it's Las Vegas. You got to hold on to them, okay? You got to hold them on your arm tight. All right, and so I'm seeing this play out, and these are business owner men with wealth, okay? So again, I will go deeper into this on another channel. I know y'all fight me on that. You always fight me on that social contract part of it, but it's just the truth, okay? So we've talked about those people. They're going to return. And you know, you'll see it when these girls leave these cities and they move back to their hometown, take care of their parents, or they move back to smaller towns. Like the girl that's my accountant that's in Maryland, she's literally just got engaged back to a guy from her hometown in Michigan, and she's going back to Michigan. Her parents at the same time are retiring, and they're leaving to go to South Carolina so they can have a better retirement than they would in Michigan. And I said, well, girl, you going back to Michigan? Are you excited? Well, I would be, but my parents are retiring and I'm moving back to my hometown to marry this man, right? And I'm trying to convince him to move as well. You'll see this story. You'll see this story more than y'all will ever. I know 10 girls at church right now who moved back to their hometown and all of a sudden married a local guy. Well, I'm going to try to convince him to move. Honey, you're not. He's not going to move. Like, he's there. He's there in that town. You moved back home to get the husband. I'm telling you, you're going to see a massive return of this. I'm literally sitting in rooms with fucking scientists, you guys. And the conversation and the data on the ground in 5 years, I want y'all to come back and give me my fucking flowers. Because I know what I'm talking about. All right, now come up here to this other 10%. It's labeled 1 on accident, but it is what it is, right? I'm at number 2, sorry. Slightly awake, bothered, taking their kids out of school, starting businesses. What just happened in Chicago? Lightfoot made this mandate, and cops are like, bump it, I'm out. Okay, oh shit, I'm out of time. Oh gosh, I'm gonna give myself 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, okay? Lori Lightfoot, and immediately what happened, you guys? What happened? 10,000 families, 10,000 kids were immediately withdrawn from the schools and placed into other programs, Montessori, private schools, other schools immediately. The public school system literally said within 72 hours, 10,000 families, 10,000 kids were pulled out of the school. Immediately. When she said, I don't care about religious symptoms, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, you're going to have to do it, 10,000 kids immediately. Immediately. I'm telling you, immediately. Immediately. Right? Listen, somebody said I'm getting very doom and gloom. I am telling you, you guys. Thank you, Let's Go here over 20 hours. I'm just going to go here. I'm gonna try my hardest. I don't want to get, everybody thinks I'm being doom and gloom, but I'm telling you what's about to happen, okay? I'm just, Michael, you're missing it. I'm telling you, I'm literally. Okay, and so what's happening is that's that percent that's awake. They're like, oh, you're gonna do this? We're gonna immediately take our children out of school. We're paying attention. We're out of here. This is the slightly awake bothered. They always tip the election. People say, oh, it's the white women who tipped the election in Virginia. You know who were the white women that tipped the election in Virginia? The slightly awake bothered. They're like, oh, what's happening? Oh, you're gonna take critical race theory? I can't take my children. Thank you, Paul the Baptist. Thank you for Liz Clever. I can't take my children out of here. I'm out. I'm taking my kids. I'm getting out. If I can't vote it and change it, listen to me. Every time one of these parents get mad, they make a CPAC. The CPAC gets millions of dollars overnight. I've told you guys about this before in another video. They will take their money and put their money where their mouth is because those kids are their kids. That's that slightly awake bothered, right? Do you see how many people are at these football games and these basketball games? They're saying bump it. They're filling out these stadiums. And the first thing out their mouth is, let's go, Brandon, right? People are like, oh, that's so ignorant. It's so stupid, Ericka. Listen to me. Listen to me. That slightly awake, bothered group. Watch out. These are gonna be the people that are gonna hit it hard because they just awoke. They're slightly like this whole shot thing got them out of that sleep at the wheel group. It pulled them out of there. They're like, hey, what's going on? I promise you, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm just telling you. Listen, Michael Watts, we're not going to be a third world country. Let me finish explaining it to you, okay? Stop being negative. Stop complaining inside the chat, okay? Next level above them, above the slightly awake. They've already started the business since 2015 or 2018. They've traveled. They're traveling more. They're upper level of living. They're high income jobs. So they're tech people. They're not even just tech people. They're people who are like eye doctors, dentists. They're just like, what are you talking about? They're coasting on a level that's higher and don't understand why we're complaining so much, right? When we're sitting here to talk about, when we're talking about gas prices, they're like, huh? I literally the other day, when somebody was making fun of this on Instagram, why y'all complaining about gas? Every single person I know that is a business owner that has a nice home, and actually we're like, I don't understand why everyone's complaining about gas. And I said, I laughed under most of their posts. I said, y'all got it. You got money. There are people, everybody under that slightly awake, the sleep at the wheel, all those people in poverty, the van life people, they are paying attention to gas because it is vital. It is a part of their weekly budget. They can only budget so much money for gas, right? All these guys that bought all these pickup trucks and then have to turn around and let the pickup truck go and ride the little Honda to work because they can't afford it, okay? So I want you guys to understand what's happening. I'm trying to tell you what's happening. And this is what I'm seeing, and I'm on the ground, and I'm in events, and I'm out here in this space. I'm not somebody at my house held up giving you videos on business talk, and I'm not held up at my house with these theories. I'm actually in the real world practicing this, partnering with people, and doing things. I just want you to understand what I'm telling you, okay? Number 2 at the top. Business owners, multiple state living, flexible lives, above curve investing. So the people that are investing with Ty Lopez, they're investing with, my friend Lane, who closed on 39 mobile home parks and apartment complexes over the past 3 years. Okay, the average investment is $50K to $75K, and then the next tier level is $250,000, and he's been able to close on 39. And all he's done. Listen to me. All he's done is reach out to business owners, tech folks, and people who live in multiple states. What do I mean by that? Like I told you, the guy over there who owns a freaking construction company and a trucking company in Houston is not even in Houston, hates Texas, lives in Phoenix full time, and lives in Colorado in the spring and the winter because they homeschool their 4 kids so that they can enjoy their life. Listen to me. I am telling you, those people will peel off $50K, or for Lane right now, $75K every time he picks up an apartment complex. They'll peel it off. $75K, sure, boom, here you go. And they'll invest. Those same people pull off $250,000. They'll pull it off for Ty Lopez. They'll pull it off for these bigger investment syndications, and they'll sit it over there. Why? Because they're making money, and their businesses keep going, and they keep making more money. This is why when I was having an argument, somebody said, why are y'all so stressed over $5,000? I said, because this person can't think of another way to make more $5,000. They can't think of it. They don't have an actual business. Their concept is saving when the concept is investing. Bleak Carrier, it's not a third world country. It'll be levels to this. Go to any of these other countries. There's levels to this. There's parts of Philadelphia I'll never even go in if I have to. There's parts of Detroit I'll never ever go have to. Okay? Let me finish. Oh, I'm about to exhaust myself because I didn't get to the massive concept, and then I'm gonna close it out. Okay. Number 1, the tip of the spear. This is the Oprah invested and Jay-Z invested in Oakley. Jay-Z put that movie together. The harder they fall. They're literally just living a whole nother existence in America and in the world, right? Tip of the spear, right? Somebody's gonna come to them. Prime example, what tip of the spear is. Zillow. Everybody thinks Zillow just messed up all these houses. Zillow is not. Zillow knows exactly what it did. It knew as soon as the numbers were off and the computer was buying off the numbers wrong, their predictions for the next 6 months were wrong, they were able to batch that bad boy up and sell it to a BlackRock, batch that bad boy up and sell it to a hedge fund. When I keep telling y'all, when I tell you here that these teachers funds, these pensions in Chicago, these firefighter funds, all these pension companies are looking for something that will just give them 4%. They will buy that from Zillow and have a management company manage it and cut them a check so that they can satisfy the pension. Tip of the spear investing, though. The 1% there, that $3 million is tip of the spear, right? There's like 62 million millionaires in America or something like that. But really, those people are in the other 10%. That 1%, tip of the spear. I promise you, it's tip of the spear. What's going on behind the scenes? If I could literally put a camera on my shoulder and you guys watch what I just watched the past 2 days, holy shit, tip of the spear. Okay, now let me break this down. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna suck at it. I don't have that much time. Shit. So basically, anyway, the lowest level group, again, interesting things, not shocking, return to old, stuck in low commutes, pushed to the Badlands. What are the Badlands? What's going on in Baltimore right now? They are literally giving these vouchers to the country. Go open over here. You're not going to stay in this city. You're going to go over there. We can't figure to get you off the rolls. All these really angry, pushy, aggressive models haven't pushed you off Section 8 yet, haven't got you off the food stamps yet. No worries. We'll put you out in the country. And you will see this nationwide. Look at the tactics they use to these women who stay on benefits so long. Your kids can't live here. Your man can't live here. This can't go here. You can't get more food stamps. You can't, like this. It's so oppressive. The amount of paperwork is exhausting. Sometimes the women even need help filling out the paperwork because it's so exhausting. Guess what they're doing? They're trying to get you off these damn rolls. They tired of helping you. It shouldn't be 2, 3 generations. It was only supposed to be temporary while the baby was little. And so now, since you won't get off the roads, we're going to move you to the country. Now, common sense would say, well, dang, I'll just work a job instead of moving to the country. Why would I move myself to the country when I live in the city? That's crazy. City has opportunities. Because this person hasn't even taken the time to think. They're not awake. They haven't picked other opportunities. They haven't been taking this time to study any other careers. So guess what? They will move into the Badlands. And smaller towns will absorb them. Austin, Texas tried to play this and he just got sued. Travis County was like, oh, we're going to buy this hotel right beside Williamson County borderline, where the money is, and put these homeless people over there so we can get them up out of downtown Austin. The people in Williamson County said, no, you're not. We're going to sue. You think you slick. You're trying to push off the unwanted, the left behind, the homeless, the not in the matrix up on us. We will not have it. We will not stand for it. No, you will not. So they're suing. Travis County is suing Williamson County. Williamson County is suing Travis County. It's ridiculous. But if that makes sense, I want to explain it to you. That's what's happening, okay? We're trying to push, the cities are trying to push all the homeless, the unwanted, people on too many roles, too many benefits for years and years, push them to the country. So they will be somebody else's problem. Point blank period. Middle class. Massive move to smaller markets. That's why every video is like, oh, I was in California and I moved to bunghole nowhere, Indiana. I moved to Corn Shucksters, Nebraska for a $100,000 house. It's great. You will see a lot more of that. You will see massive homesteading and local food movement. There's been a local food movement for years, but you'll see more of it. Couponing, storage. Again, the woman that just went to jail for a $31 million scam of couponing. Amazing, crazy, stupid. I can't wait to stay at American Greek. It'll be crazy. Storage. Again, you see all these self-storage places. You're like, why are people using this? Van life people are using this. People moving in transition are using this. What they don't realize is they're putting stuff in storage and they've moved to smaller communities and smaller homes. Eventually, they will lose all that stuff because they don't need it. Now, this is where I'm going with this. Oh, shit. DeFi, upper awake, DeFi. What is that? Decentralized investments, partnerships, different level living on steroids. If I tell you how many people here have Airbnbs, and they don't call them Airbnbs. When you start dealing with some of these wealthier people, they call them lifestyle living. Lifestyle. There's a whole guy right now on YouTube with a whole ad, and it's like, do you want to have months where you spend time in other cities and other states? Tired of paying for those fees of hotels? Get into lifestyle living. And then you go to his thing, and all it is talking about Airbnbs. Okay? Okay? Because what they're going to do is they're going to have Airbnb in Atlanta, Airbnb in Florida, and every time they want to go travel back and forth, they go to those cities, but then those properties pay them. Ty Lopez talked about this 3 years ago. He called it a Tri-City CEO. I talked about this in my classes. I will talk about it more. Tri-City CEO, it's where you have a piece of property in North Carolina. Let's just use myself. A piece of property in North Carolina that you bounce to for the holidays or whenever. A piece of property you bounce to in Texas because you love Texas, right? And a piece of property maybe I bounce to that's in either weird triangle. It'll either be Florida or it'll be like Nashville, or another state like Colorado, right? I just want to go there and vacation. This will be the norm. This is how you will know somebody and what level they're on. in the future. I promise you. Okay. All right. So I'm just go there. Okay. Now, last concept. It's going to be heavy. I apologize for the rush. Um, exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Trifecta. Trifecta. The nomad capitalist. I spend 4 months here. I spend 4 months here. I spend 4 months here. Then your year's up, right? Or they spend 3 months in each place, right? A quarter in each place, or 4 months. 4 months is one is better in my opinion, but it's like saying, hey, I'll spend 4 months in Mexico, then I spend 4 months in Colorado, then I spend 4 months somewhere else. And in each of those cities, they do business, they live their life. This is going to be a norm. And I promise you, I have a friend who is, his wife is a traveling nurse. When he started dating her, they like, oh, she's going to be always gone. And he said, bump it, I'm going to go with her. And not that he had a bad life, but he just knew common sense made sense for, you want to keep this woman, you want to stay with this woman, what could he do to move with her? He got into a sensory, like phlebotomy or whatever you want to call it. And so every time he's a traveling nurse, you know, the hospital always needs somebody to take blood. They always do. And he'll get part-time work every time he goes with her. Or she makes the package where they go together. Trust me, when she's on the phone and they're like, oh, well, my husband, he's in healthcare too, and he needs this, I can't take the package if you can't do it. And then they take it because they have no choice. In order to get the travel nurse to get there, they got to give her husband the job. And so he goes with her, and they live an amazing life. They'll just be traveling. And you're like, man, how do y'all see all these places? And it's from that. Okay, so now let me finish this. This is the last part. I'll close it out. Okay, and it won't be everybody. It just won't. All right. Gary, Indiana. I'm using this as a terrible example, but it's the best example I can squeeze in 5 minutes because I have to go back. The dinner's the lunch is about to be off. The VIP lunch and inner circle lunch. Okay. Let's imagine there's a city. No one wants to move to it. Nobody wants to return. They always promise it's going to come back, which there's a ton of dead towns in the Rust Belt. Why have I been talking about the Rust Belt? Mayors are trying to come up with ways to get you to come back. Please come back to the Rust Belt. We need you, baby, come back, right? So imagine if there is a town. I'm just going to give you an example. And every single legal description property they put, each one got a token. And I know this is going to be overview, but I'm sorry, I apologize. Now, this token can be sold to anybody in the world. Anybody in the world. And they own this property. And then they would give the rights to use this token, aka this house, to the said people. Now, so you say, well, how can you do that? How do you do it? Notaries, mobile notaries. You need a notarizing body. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Now, here's what the two problems are gonna occur with this. Okay. It's not a non-fungible token. It's not an NFT. It's a token. Difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Non-fungible token. One person on it. The other person over there. The token over here. I'm not gonna go too deep. I don't have time. I have to go back. Is it enforceable by law? Right? As long as this person can prove they have in their vault the ownership of this token, which this property, this one particular property, this one description, legal description property, is put into a token. They can say, look at my token, and the mobile notary signed off on it. It's enforceable by law. The sheriff comes and gets the person that was really in that house out. The property manager then manages the property, and all funds go back to what? That person. Okay, I can't go too deep right now. I have to get back to conference, but I want you to understand. Imagine and just to kind of make it, it's exactly imagine in your mind, cash out refinance. What happens when you cash out refinance? It goes over here. They see the asset. They give you, okay? They give you the money. You default, make the payments. What happens? You default, they have to take the property, right? But again, they give you the money. You run around and do whatever. Imagine a machine, right? And the machine's job is to give the owner 5% interest every day. So what's going to happen is people from all over the world are going to invest in this. I'm going to do a terrible job. Let me stop, because I'm going to ruin it. But I literally, as soon as the replay is available from this conference, I want you to listen to this hour from this Nassau massive. I want you to understand that he was literally coding in Las Vegas. They're literally developing a program already to assist with this. He said, I'm not even smart enough to do the first part. He said, I can only assist. Okay? So just listen to me. If this happens the way I'm thinking it's going to happen, some little small towns are going to say, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that because we need money. We're dead. We're a dead town without this money and this unique adoption. Look at what Miami is doing. Okay? Look at what Tesla's doing. Tesla's mapping all these areas. Look at what a lot of this stuff is. So what are the two problems that you're going to incur with this? Companies that are big, these big companies that manage properties and do all this stuff, they want to see how people are going to react to it. They want to see how people react to it. Okay? Okay? And what they're going to do is half the companies are going to fight. Half of them are going to fight. Okay, half of the companies are going to go, no, don't do this. Stick with the old time. Stick with the old way of doing things. Stick with it how it is. Do it this way. They're going to fight. Then the other half of the companies are going to go, hey, let me help you put grandma's house in this token so that grandma can have access to go live her life more well, go on about her business, and when she dies, we'll just split this. We'll just give whoever is this token, transfer this token west. And you don't have to worry about taxes. You don't have to worry about other stuff. Here's this token. It's so much I can't even, I was going to start going down this road and I realized I don't have time. I can't. But I will. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Some states are going to go, no. Now what's going to happen is, no, NC grads. It's the opposite. You cannot stop. You can't have any bias. It's a machine. There you go. Look at you, Natasha. It's a machine, so the machine has no bias. Do you have the money to buy it? Here it is. Boom. Take the token. It's not going to be some old man saying, oh, you black, I don't know if you got enough money. I don't know what your income looking like. All that bias in the old machine, and I'm calling the old machine people, I'm calling the old machine racist old people, whatever. People that are slowing up. Oh, I need some more paperwork for you to finish this loan. Oh, I need this to do this. All that's going away. So half the companies are going to fight. Why are they going to fight? Because let's just give an example. You have Atlanta, right? The towns around Atlanta and southern Georgia, good old boy towns. They don't want massive change. That's why when we started investing in tax liens online, immediately some of the towns in Georgia said, no, you have to be in person, because they wanted to limit it to who they wanted. They were putting bias in the system. Okay, so I just. Exactly, they are, and this is going to take a lot of it away. And so what I want you to take away from what I'm doing, and I know I'm rushing it, and I apologize, but I have to get back. What I need you guys to do is, wherever you are in this calendar, this thing I'm showing you up over here, wherever you are, really be honest with yourself where you are. Do you need to move back to the smaller town? Do you need to do that? Then do it, right? If you need to reduce your spending, move somewhere else, do what you have to do to take care of your family. But you will need to make more income. And if you're afraid of business ownership, if you're afraid of small creation, let me tell you something. I put together that digital real estate course because I know what is coming. People who will have access to the future and higher level living and different type of living will be people who have products and services that they can offer that are digital in two ways: inbound marketing, outbound marketing. Inbound is people finding you through articles, through videos, through conversations, through podcasts. That's where big money goes first. And we just had an amazing digital real estate course live class a couple days ago. And I mean, amazing examples inside, right? Outbound marketing is you reaching out to people. By the time you see ads on YouTube and Facebook trying to convince you to invest in some of these coins and different things like that, it'll be the back end of all this. I'm telling you, it'll be the back end of all this. You will not be the tip of the spear investor. You will not be the front. So what you will have going on in the country at the same time is Gattaca in some of these cities, the future, better healthcare, better everything, better schools, better education, different. And then some places you'll have the Hunger Games. That's what you'll have. You'll literally have people going, man, I got to move back to nowhere corner of a town, South Carolina, and buy this land. So Wall Street Trapper and him 500 just bought like 40 acres of land. I was like, yeah, everybody's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I literally wanted to do a video, and not in a hater way, but like, y'all, you could buy 40 acres right now for less than 100 grand in parts of South Carolina, in parts of Georgia. You can buy land for nothing. I mean, really, literally nothing. And so you're seeing these channels, and what you'll see, you'll start to see people going, hey, we bought this 40 acres over here. We're so excited. And they bought it for 50K. I'm telling you. And they'll be like, we'll buy it for 50K. And then they'll build a home on it. And it'll be cheaper than living in a city where stuff is $1 million. I'm telling you what is coming. I am telling you what is coming. And why I had to pivot and partner into bigger sections, because it'll be a class of drivers, and there's nothing wrong with that. They will make money, but they will not be in this next level class of business owners. They just won't. I'm telling you, it's like, listen, I'm telling you, there will be people who will go buy 40 acres and move their family or a couple of their friends over there, and they'll build some little tiny homes, and they'll listen. Look, there's a guy on right now on YouTube doing that. He's from California. He went and bought land in Tennessee. He's building a tiny home village. He's written them all out on Airbnb, and he's coming across. The town is giving him pushback, the permits and stuff. They're giving pushback, and he's like, "Do you understand what I'm doing for your little town? I'm bringing money to your little town. Stop fighting me." Okay? I'm just gonna tell you like this. Listen, I'm telling you, closed door meetings are happening everywhere right now, and this is why I have to get back. But I promise you, watch this video twice. It's 46 minutes, but watch it twice. I'll go back and do a video on what I had, but it's in 5 years. It's less than that. What they're doing is they're seeing how you react. They're seeing how you react. So all these people quitting their jobs, it won't matter. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be all these people quit their jobs, but there won't be a way for them to get back into the market where they were before. They're not going to be able to go to Chick-fil-A. They're not going to be able to go to Chipotle. They're not going to be able to even get back into those jobs. So what's going to happen is a bunch of those women are going to capitulate, and they're going to marry the nearest guy. And the nearest guy that's telling you, oh, I'll never marry, and I'm eating chili at my house by myself, I don't care, I'm a man. They're going to capitulate because there's going to be such level separation in society. You saw it in 2020. The suicide rates were astronomical for men. Astronomical. Because once they couldn't just go show up at work, when they couldn't just go do this, they were by themselves at home, isolated, no family. They were astronomical. What I'm telling you is going to happen. You will see a massive return of marriage. I go to conferences, and the men in the room who are 40s, 50s, 30s, wealthy, successful, hey girl, like I'll fly you into my town. And I'm sitting there like, what? Because it's rare for them to interact with women who get it. So they're like, hey, are you interested in coming flying to here? I'll fly you here. Like, come visit me. Come hang out with me. I'll come fly to Texas. I'm telling you what's happening in conferences. I'm telling you what's happening at these meetings. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. So there's levels to this. Go back and rewatch this video. I'm telling you, I'm literally on the ground floor of a lot of this. And it's like, oh my gosh, holy crap. Wow. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. So, all right, you guys. What did Bootsy say? I don't know. But we'll see. Oh yeah, there's all kind of places with 100 acres. But all kind. I'm telling you. All right. So we'll talk more on this at a deeper level. But I'm gonna go get lunch. So listen. They're testing this on people. I promise you. They're testing to see how much you guys are going with this, how much you guys are flowing with this. So, all right, you guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much. There's 415 people here. Hit the like button if you want more of this content. If you want more conversation on this, I want to go deeper on it with you, but I know I can't get everybody. So if you're in my classes, you're in my Reps 20%, we'll have a deep conversation. I think Tuesday. If you're in my coaching class, you'll have a deep conversation with me. Probably on Wednesday. If you're in another class, we're going to be going deep on this conversation and what I'm doing and how I'm pivoting inside those classes. So, all right, later, you guys.